Hello, so this is Kristin, and I haven't recorded a video in probably like 3 years, and I figured I got a new camera and a new tripod, so I was gonna start to record again, and this time I figured I'd do a voiceover, which I have never done, and it does feel a little awkward, but I guess I'll get used to it. Anyway, this is my mixed media notebook from Yellow Paper House on Etsy, which is actually my mom and my business, so full disclosure there. This is a B6 size, so it's about 5 by 7 inches. Anyway, this paper takes watercolor pretty well. It crinkles a little bit, but then once it dries, it starts to even out. You know what I'm saying. So anyway, I'm putting down a little bit of a color wash with my watercolors from Daniel Smith, and they're in my palette that's by Handmade Palettes by Arcana Shankari. She's on Etsy as well at paperandpaintart.etsy.com, and I love this palette because it's metal and there are little magnets, or I don't even know, I think they're magnets on the back of each of the pans, and then I squirted the watercolors and let them dry. So I love this because it holds a bunch, like I think it holds 30 pans. So anyway, so I'm just putting down some colors, and then I'm going to wait for this to dry and use these Tombow twin tone markers. But first I'm going to use this Prismacolor colored pencil and sketch out my phrase that I'm going to write. And I was kind of just looking around the internet, and I found the phrase, with brave wings she flies. And so I figured I'd just put this in my journal. So I'm taking the pastel set of the twin tone markers, and I'm kind of just drawing out the letters that are the capital words that I want to write. And then when I get to the cursive words, I'm going to use the Ecoline Brilliant Colors watercolor brush pens. So for now, just drawing these out. So it's been quite a while since there we go, my brush pen. It's been quite a while since I filmed last, and since I've filmed, I've actually moved across the country back to Maryland, where I'm from and where my husband's from, and we left Minnesota and we've come back, and my mom and I work on the Etsy business, and I do freelance illustration and design. And my husband, he works with dogs currently, which is fun. And we still have our dog, Pollo, and we're thinking about getting a second dog, but I keep going back and forth about it because we live in a condo building and there's no fenced-in yard. I feel like I would have a hard time walking 2 dogs at once, even though our current dog is not very big. He is a corgi. His name's Pollo, and we've been trying to decide if we want another corgi or if we want to maybe get a dachshund or something else. We don't know yet. So anyway, that was a little tangent, but I guess we can talk about all kinds of things in these voiceovers. So anyway, so now I'm going to take my watercolors again and start to paint in some shapes. These are kind of more of a floral shape, and I'm going to use different shades of red and vermilion. can't remember exactly this shade. Oh, this purple shade is actually a Holbein watercolor, and it's their lilac color. And I really, really love this color, even though I'm not really that big of a fan of purple. And I'm also not that big of a fan of watercolors that have white pigment in them, because I find they're a little bit more opaque and they look kind of chalky, but I love that color, so I put up with that for it. These brushes are actually let me see, the Princeton Neptune brushes, and I really like them. I think they're like a more cheaper alternative to some of the artist quality brushes, because I don't like to spend a lot of money on my brushes because I'm really bad at washing them. So the more, I mean, I kind of just try and keep them nice, but I'm not too precious with any of my supplies. I love this blue color, this cobalt turquoise. I love it with this color palette. And this is where I start thinking about where I should place the rest of these little flower areas. And I realize that the middle of this spread looks kind of blank, and so I'm like, wait, maybe I need to add some in there. So I do. And as I go, I'm trying to like pick up the water kind of from the middle. There, I just did it. From the middle of the book, so it doesn't like seep into the pages on the other side. Pages I've already done and pages that are blank. So we'll do that as I go. Hopefully these will start to dry, I'm hoping. I do love art journaling. It's probably one of my favorite things to do to relax. I also knit socks to relax, which some people find kind of strange, but you know, whatever floats your boat. Oh, these are the Uni Posca pens, and then I'm also using the white Molotov, yeah, I think that's it, pens. Answering a text message from my mother. So I'm using the Posca pens, and I just got this set, and I love them. They're so pretty, the colors. They're a pastel set, and I actually got them from jetpens.com, and I love JetPens. They're my favorite place to order from. But I love these because they're super opaque, and I think they come in 2 different sets. This is actually the, I think that's, I don't know what size exactly they are, but they're the extra fine size, and they come in a cute little box. But I know they also have like a fine size, but they're a little bit more bold. But I'm just adding like a little drop shadow to all of these letters with these. I love how opaque they are. I've definitely been getting more into different kinds of paint pens lately. Mostly Posca and the Molotov ones, and I do have some Liquitex ones, but they have more of a chisel tip, and I'm not as into those. I like the bullet tips and the extra fine. So, but I've been just experimenting around with the paint pens because I think they look really cool on top of watercolors, and it's easy to use them on top of a lot of different media to add accents, more opaque accents. Oh, this blue color, or green, turquoise, it's one of my favorites. And then I realized for the word brave, I end up using this yellow color, but you can't really see it from here. But when you're up close, you can see it. I guess with voiceovers, it's hard to know what to say. But for my first one, we'll just keep going with it. I need to learn more about Adobe Premiere Pro and editing these videos. I've mostly been Googling things, which you can learn anything from Google, which is pretty awesome. Watching a few YouTube videos on how to flip my video because I recorded it upside down. But, you know, you learn everything. My last videos I had made using like iMovie, and oh, that was bad. I figure if I'm gonna learn something, I might as well just learn something good, like Premiere. So, at some point, I had smudged a little bit of blue over where the W is on the word wings, and I didn't notice until much later. But I'm able to fix it well, which is nice. Using that light pastel orange color now. I love kind of giving it a little bit of a drop shadow. I think it adds a little dimension. I'm still waiting. Oh, here we go. I'm using the white extra fine Mulatto paint marker, and I love this white one. It's super opaque, and I feel like a lot of white ones aren't as nice and opaque as this brand. So I had ordered another Posca, a white one, extra fine, so we'll see how that compares, but I think this one is my winner, at least right now. And I think I got more of these at Blick, but I don't live very close to a Blick. I mostly live near Michael's, and obviously I have Amazon. It can ship me things within 2 days, but I definitely want to go back to Blick soon, but it's about an hour drive. But I know I'll be going into the city again at the end of the month, so maybe I'll head back there and get a few more. These are just kind of random flowers. Wasn't really going off of reference, which probably should. I feel like they don't look that great, but they're cute. They're cute. They're just supposed to be the idea of a flower. I draw too many flowers. But I'm giving them these little feints and drawing around. I guess I should probably talk about what kind of videos I'd love to make in the future. I definitely want to make more updates about my traveler's notebook and about our business too. I think it'd be nice to make videos about like new products that we've come out with or are coming out with. We're about to close shop for a week, so I can prepare new calendars and new things, like calendars for 2018 and a few more layouts for things. And so when we open back up, we're going to have those. And but I would love to make more videos about those and more art supply reviews, because I love buying art supplies. It's a problem. Maybe I'll make a video about all the socks that I've knit in the past 2 years. Last year, 2016, I knit 12 pairs of socks, and so far this year, in 2017, I've knit another 12 pairs. My goal before January 1st is to knit 15 pairs. I haven't worn any of the pairs that I've knit so far this year, so on January 1st, I will have all new hand-knit socks to pull out and wear. I know that's odd, but it's relaxing. I watch Netflix and knit. I've learned how to knit pretty fast. I think a lot of people ask me how I can knit socks so fast, and it's just a combination of technique and wanting wanting the socks bad enough. Anyway, this isn't a knitting video. I'm trying to work this pen around this wet spot so I don't have to wait for it to dry. Worked out pretty okay. I think this is also where I notice the blue over on the W, maybe? Or, no, I think I decide at this point, more texting. I think I decide at this point to add in a little more visual interest, use the twin tones to make a few little dots around. Fill it a little bit up there, I noticed. I just use a little bit of water to re-wet the watercolor and then use a paper towel to kind of soak it up. So that works pretty well. And keep going with my little dots. They look like little freckles. So, yep. So we're getting towards the end of this video, and I just want to let you guys know that I'm really happy you watched, and if you watched all the way to the end, thank you so much. Here's a close-up, and hopefully I'll see you guys in videos very soon. Have a great day.